I took this Brevite jumper backpack on a 7-day trip to Puerto Rico as my everyday carry for my camera equipment. In this video, I'll give you a walkthrough of the bag, I'll show you how I packed it out, and I'll show you how I used it in real life as an everyday carry. First, there are 3 reasons why I decided I wanted to try out this bag. First, as a general idea, I like to use the right tool for the right moment at the right time. For 2 years, I've used this Peak Design 20-liter backpack. It does not feel or scream I'm going on vacation. This has a use case, a utility, and when I'm going through different situations, dirt and trying to be inconspicuous at a location, this does not scream inconspicuous. This screams, I just got my Cybertruck recalled. On the other hand, a bag like this blends into so many different scenarios and looks like a general backpack that you use. And that goes into my second point, right? So going from utility to actual looks, we actually look at something like this versus something like this. This screams, steal my shit. I don't think this screams, I have a camera bag with over $5,000 to $10,000 worth of equipment in here. And when you're going on vacation and you're going to unique locations, you're visiting people, you want to try to be as inconspicuous as possible, he says, while holding the yellow bag. Which goes into my final case. We talked about the utility, we talked about the look, and then we talked about the practicality, the everyday feel and look. And as much as I love the Peak Design bag and a lot of the different bags that I try out, sometimes I think they can be a bit over-engineered and over-thought out, which I know for some people that's a crazy idea, but for me, sometimes I just want simplicity. Sometimes I want a bag that does what it's designed to do and nothing else, which is why I try so many different bags. And that's why I wanted to try out this Brevite bag. Let me give you a quick walkthrough of the bag. Let's unbox and walk through the bag. I got mine in a yellow colorway, mainly because that was the only one that was available. I am not sponsored, but first come, first serve. Whoever wants that, scan it. The one that I bought is 18 liters, so it fits perfectly as a personal item. It has decently ergonomic padded straps for comfort. The water bottle pocket is expandable. It can hold up to a 40-ounce water bottle. Exterior side and bottom tripod straps. It has a luggage pass-through. It has a phone/passport pocket in the back. A front pocket with organizers. Room for clothing and essentials at the top. A sleeve for a 16-inch laptop. I was able to fit my 14-inch MacBook Pro. The bag has a padded protective compartment, fits a camera, lenses, and it has customizable dividers letting you arrange everything as you need. When I first put it together, it took me a while. I put in my A6700 to get a reference point of where I would want the camera. I ended up changing these things out, and I can show you a little later in the video of how I actually finalized it. Now that I showed you the walkthrough of the bag, let me show you how I actually packed this thing out. Because I think in practice, it's a little different than what I anticipated when I opened the thing up in the beginning. But you look in the front compartment, got my keys, put my wallet up here, inhaler, I put my DJI Osmo Action up here, so easy access. I'm not carrying a larger tripod, but if I did, I'd put it down here. So when I actually laid this out, I had to use a few YouTube videos to figure out how I wanted to do it. Basically, I put my A6700 right here, so easy access from the side compartment. I put a lens up here. I put my other lens right here. So I was able to fit basically 2 secondary APS-C lenses, no problems. This is the Sigma 30mm. This is Sigma 10 to 18mm. And then here is where I basically put all of my little accessories. So this boundary supply little bag, bro. I think in my review, I said I did not love this thing. I love this thing. Get this thing. This is an Evergoods like little waterproof thing, and I put my DJI Osmo Action accessories in here. Towards the top, I put in my Peak Design little tech pouch. Put that here. Little like suction mount if I needed it. There is this little zipper down here that I didn't really use, but if it was needed, I could. Oh, I want to splice this in. You can like take this thing apart from the inside and make this a huge maw. So you can take out like the Velcro in the middle and make it like a huge maw. Take out your camera equipment and just use like the full 18 liters of the bag. I don't think I'll ever do that, but if you wanted to, you could. Then on the side here, secured this selfie stick right here, like that. TT38 tripod on the side. My laptop in the laptop compartment back here. Sport or my phone I would throw in this little pocket. And I did add a FowlCam quick release plate here so that I can have my camera at all times. Now let me show you what it was like to actually use this thing. Our flight was scheduled for 6 a.m., but my father likes to be at the airport nice and early, so we were up at 2:30. This would become a problem later on. He left us way too far out. Way too far out. We're all the way down that way. We're flying through Frontier Airlines in Newark Airport, and if you've ever been through that terminal, you understand that they subscribe full-time to Murphy's Law. And a lot went wrong that day. I broke my strap. That sucks. Not the time. Not good momentum so far. We have about an hour. I just ate this like burrito from Starbucks that tastes like shit. The bag is really good though. This has been probably the best experience I've ever had traveling with a camera in a bag. Shout out to this bag, and I also really like the passport wallet feature. It's pretty cool.
We also have some maintenance personnel coming on board to take a look at one of the faucets in the aft lavatory. It shouldn't hold us up for too long, but we'll get off the gate as soon as we possibly can.
We sat on that tarmac for 3 hours. The bright side though, the sink's working, so that's good. Once we got going, not too bad of a flight. My dad had a little bit of a challenge. I was just looking forward to landing and getting some food.
Fun it is to ride in the one-horse open sleigh.
Pero si no lo voy a decir más bajito, tú sabes, no lo voy a decir en el Bayman. Más bajito.
Travel day with the bag was a success. This might be one of my favorite bags to travel with when it comes to camera gear. In terms of day-to-day carry, we're going to test it for the first time today. Son, what do you think about the weight? We have a church van. The church van was a rough go. 14 people, no shocks, AC worked sometimes. But it was something I look fondly on now. Being able to spend time with your family. And being able to come back to San Juan as an adult is a different feeling. Something I could appreciate maybe a bit more deeper than I could when I was a kid. This is a pigeon park. There's a lot of people in here, but there's a lot of pigeons too. So if you like pigeons, you'll be able to hang out with them. When I was a kid, I hated coming here. I would freak out too much. But now, I'm not freaking out as much. Bag is so far so good. I've been carrying this thing now for at least 4 or 5 hours, and I wish I had maybe a sternum strap because that would help unload some of the stuff. I also haven't overpacked it, just the camera and stuff. This feels good. Quick accessing the stuff that I need, nice and easy. And yeah, I like the color. I get compliments on it. I think some people are trying to be mean, but I like it. I'm switching lenses right now. I need a wide angle. That's how quick it is though. Huh? Look at that. Let's go in, grab the wide angle, and then switch out the camera. Mark Anthony got married here, if you didn't know that. Where I go, there's a light that doesn't work. Rain's coming down, so I'm gonna put this away and we're going on the Osmo Action. Find El Morro. I got a ND filter on this thing. I may have to actually put a bigger one on there because I think the sun is sunning. It's hard to describe in the moment when you start understanding if a tool is working for you or not. But a moment like this where the rain starts coming out of nowhere and I have to adapt quickly and I have to respond very quickly. This is where I started seeing that the Brevite could meet the challenge, even when things were rough.
It is.
It's raining a lot outside. It's not raining in here. Seems to be dry. My main pocket that I care about is this. This is dry, and this seems dry as well. We walked around El Morro, which is a Christopher Columbus stronghold, which I'm not a big fan, but you know, it's part of Puerto Rican history, and you know, an interesting thing to check out. I'm gonna go in real quick. Damn, this is claustrophobic. It's different when you're a kid. You don't really give a shit. Or maybe even when I was a kid, I was afraid. But I feel that claustrophobia for sure. Not a lot of space. You can't turn around in here. Yeah, if you have someone behind you, you freak out. Yeah, I'm like, not loving this. I'm like shoulder to shoulder on these walls. Wait. We were in Puerto Rico for quite a while and we filmed a lot of different things, and I'll have a lot more videos coming out from my trip there. But as far as the Brevite goes, here are my thoughts. It's now been a few weeks since I've recorded all that footage and I've actually used this bag in practice, and I feel really good about giving you kind of my final thoughts on this. Let's start with the pros of this bag. Pro, I really do like the look of this thing. If I had a choice, I did buy this thing on sale. If I had a choice, would I have bought the yellow color? It's honestly, it's part of something that I've been wanting to do just personally. I want to add a pop of color into the things that I wear, a pop of color into the things that I bring around. Again, if I'm trying to drive the point of inconspicuousness and not having people know what I'm carrying, maybe a bright yellow bag is not it. But the amount of compliments I received on this was very high. Not just on the color of it, but the look. People really like kind of this kind of classic backpack look, and I enjoy it. I really enjoy how this feels. In terms of the comfort, these straps, nice, strong, thick straps. I never had an issue. I also didn't overload the bag necessarily. I was traveling with this thing around the airport, around Puerto Rico, in the heat, in different circumstances, wearing big clothes, small clothes. This thing was able to really adapt to my situation. I think the only thing, and this is just a feedback that I like with anything, is I'd love a sternum strap, but that's just me in any bag I have. I also wish there was like little holders for these dangly bits. I like my man from Nomad Nation. That dude has that feedback all the time. Where are the little straps? I know I can add it after the fact, but just add it in. It's like a little rubber thing. I'm gonna give you a 2-in-1 pro and con. A pro is the accessibility. I love that I'm able to access everything that I need from the top of this bag right here. So I can access my admin pocket, get my peak design stuff right out of there, no problem. Of course, I think one of the selling points of most camera bags is I can access my camera right here. Nice and easy, no problem. Pull, I'm ready to go. Got my A6700 ready to shoot. I love the undie pocket down here. So I love being able to get here, keys, wallet, DJI Osmo Action, boom, boom, get ready to shoot. That accessibility, I love that. These zippers are very, very sticky. Very sticky and actually get in the way. So watch this. I'm not going to do anything crazy. You see this? Catches. It catches right there, and it catches there. And I don't know if I'm going to kind of wear that down in time, and maybe it will, and maybe it'll just go quicker. But that it's not a great feeling, some of these zippers. There's like a stickiness to it, and I think it's just a roundness of maybe some of the turns that these zippers have to go through. But the zippers are a little sticky. Additionally, when it comes to actually, do I think my stuff is secure and safe in here? Yeah, I feel like if I'm feeling the padding just around the side here, padding just around the side here, padding towards the bottom, which is where I was concerned about, these actual padded straps, I feel that this thing is very well protected, and the stuff that I care about being protected is in a pretty good spot.
But unfortunately, now we must assist. So it's a dilemma about this bag.
It's not a lot, but there are things that I don't like, you know. Normally, camera bags, you access them from the back, and the reason you're going to access them from the back is why. So you don't get these issues. I'm hoping this comes out on the camera properly, but this is dirty, right? All of this is dirty. So when I'm trying to access my stuff, I put this bag down. I'm going here and I'm grabbing whatever I need to grab. Not a big deal. But now you'll see, as you've seen, here are those goddamn zippers again. You put this thing down on the ground, and now you're kind of getting your back dirty, right? Whatever it might be, you're gonna get the back of your shirt dirty. You can get the bag a bit dirty. And it's okay, and it is what it is, and I'm sure someone would be like, well, don't get the yellow colorway, that's fine. Even if you don't get the yellow colorway, you got it in pure black, and you cannot see the dirt on the bag itself, you are still going to get dirt on your bag. I think my other criticism here is you do have these little zippers. So you could, in theory, put like a little TSA lock on one of these guys, and it would be, maybe you could put TSA locks on all these guys, and it'll be safe enough. But I do feel maybe a little bit more exposed to pickpockets here. So obviously, in some cases, I did put my wallet up here for easy access through the airport, but I would put it back in my pocket in some situations. You have your lovely passport pocket here, which this is an awesome quality of life feature. So it's right here. So this is awesome. Close to your back, all that kind of stuff. And you know what? There are some bags that don't have this kind of consideration. But even that Peak design, for example, has those little loops that are built in that you can kind of lock the zippers up yourself. That's just a little extra thought, but that would be a nice thing, especially if I'm using this as a travel bag. That would be nice. The other thing I don't love about this thing, I don't love the Velcro in general. The Velcro here falls apart pretty easily for me, and I don't know if that's just maybe how I set it up. But the Velcro is not really holding its shape as much as I had hoped for. I actually might consider replacing these things with something a bit more robust or a bit more in alignment with what I want. But that is something that I did not love in practice. I think part of getting a tool like this, or getting any bag or any of the features or accessories that we get, is, do I enjoy using it? And for a bag like this, yeah, I did. It was fun running around in the rain in it. It was fun pulling this thing out and being able to be at the airport or be at the beach or be at a museum and feel comfortable that it had my stuff protected and that I'm not using something cheap or built cheaply. It's also like generally nice to know that I can go somewhere and feel like just maybe like a tourist, right? Like just carrying a normal backpack, while not feeling the, I don't know, this makes me feel a certain mindset. Maybe it's the utility that I've used the Peak Design bag in. This is work. This is play. Work, play. You know what I mean? If you're considering this bag, I'd strongly recommend it. It's not, I think it's worth the money. I think the materials are considered. I think it's measured. It's approachable. I think it's everything that if you saw this review, if you've seen other reviews, it's going to hit exactly what you're hoping for. If you've watched this far in the video, thank you for watching. We are currently at about 215 subscribers at the recording of this video. We're currently on the road to 300 subscribers, so if you have not already, please subscribe. And for those of you who have left fantastic, good feedback, and for those of you who have left less than nice feedback, thank you for being alive. I'll see you in the next one.